Hello again and welcome back to the channel. Today I have another classified review for you. This time the Cobra Viper Officer and Vipers 3-pack. So I picked this up from the Big Bad Toy Store. It cost me $89, which is about 125 Australian dollars. Really expensive. However, when I was recently in the UK, I saw this in multiple comic and toy stores and it was always £89. So I'm not really sure what's going on with the price for this. Don't know why it's so high. 89 quid is about maybe 160 Australian dollars. So yeah, really expensive. So although it was expensive from Big Bad Toy Store, I guess it's about right, maybe around the $30 per figure mark. This is the first time that I've picked up a 3-pack like this. In fact, this is the first time we've had a 3-pack for the classified series. It's number 47 in the line, Cobra Viper Officer and his particulars, not the Cobra Viper. And then on the back we have a picture of the 3 figures themselves. In hindsight, this is probably something I would have passed on. I think I got caught up in the hysteria when this dropped and I had to pre-order it, but I don't typically like to have more than one figure. Even though it is an army builder, you're only really getting one unique figure here, and that's the Officer. These two, I believe, and I will do a comparison, are a direct copy of the Cobra Viper, which we've already had, and you do get some extra bits and pieces. Looks like you get some muzzle flashes as well. So anyway, let's open it up and take a look. Okay, so before I get started, I just thought I'd give you a look at what the actual figures look like inside the box. So here we just have the 3 figures enclosed and tied in. And then we get this one pretty bland, pretty boring box. Don't know why I didn't do it like an ammo cache like we got with Sergeant Slaughter. And then inside that, we have 2 bags, and then the accessories which come on these cardboard layouts. And this one here. There we are. I think you get the point. Right, I'll lay it all out and we'll go through it. Okay, so here they are out of the packaging with all of their accessories. If I just move one of the regular Vipers down, in fact I'll just move the 2 so you can see just how many accessories they have, and we'll quickly go through them. So they each come with a backpack. The Cobra Officers is somewhat different. It has the grey and then the gold Cobra motif, but other than that it's identical to what we've seen before. So here is the regular Viper backpack. So exact same sculpt, just different paint applications. They also come with their own pair of goggles. Again, regular Viper, no different from what we've seen. And then the Officer, just painted gold. They also come with 2 of these rifles. These are identical to what we've seen with the standard Viper. And then in terms of new accessories, there is this assault rifle. And it does have a removable clip. So you get one of those. And then looks similar, but it is different. Second assault rifle, looks more like a sniper rifle. That also has a removable clip. So one of those. A third assault rifle, a much smaller version. Again, removable clip. And then they each have their own sidearm. Regular Vipers just have this matte black sidearm. So 2 of those, and then the officer has this smaller sidearm, and it does actually have, you can see on the handle, it has some detailing there. Looks like a viper or a skull, can't quite make it out. And then obviously the red application, and that comes with a suppressor. I believe it's for that weapon. Yep, that's the only one that has the hollow chamber, so you can just fit that in. Very nice. Now we come to the muzzle flashes. It comes with a plethora of muzzle flashes, so I'll go through them as best I can. First off is this one. More of a wider exploding flash. And this one is more of a rapid fire flash. Another exploding flash. They are nicely done, translucent. And then they have the white for the smoke. Smaller one, I guess, for one of the sidearms. Two of these longer flashes. This one's a little bit warped. So very similar, just a change in the length. Also comes with this repeatable muzzle flash. That's quite a nice one. But my personal favourite is this one. So not really a muzzle flash, but this is smoke coming out of the chamber. So that one can just pop into any of the weapons. That does look very nice. So you can't use the muzzle flashes for the Viper sidearms. You can use them for the sniper rifle, the assault rifle variant, and that actually has two, so I guess you could use one and then maybe two if you wanted to, or if you could fit them in, you could get one here, another one there. You can also use this assault rifle, and then the stock standard also can have any of the flashes. So there's a large variety if you want to create any dioramas. So the accessories are nice, nothing really new with the exception of the muzzle flashes. There are some new assault rifles which we haven't seen so far. The backpacks, the goggles, the sidearms, and then this version of the assault rifle are identical to what we've seen before. So let's take a closer look at the actual Vipers themselves. We'll start off with the regular Viper. Now, I do have the previously released Viper here, and to my surprise, there are some differences. In terms of the actual sculpting, I can't see any differences whatsoever, but you'll note that the newer version in the 3-pack has some very, very dulled down colour schemes. So the red is much more of a crimson as opposed to the previous figure, which is a straightforward red. And also the blue looks somewhat washed out, looks more like a very, very slight grey blue as opposed to this one, which is just a very strong blue. Other than that, they are the same. There are also some differences with the paint applications to the backpacks. So again, here is the new 3-pack and here is the previously released. So you can see that this has the red grenades and the Cobra emblem is a little bit more detailed and totally red. And then you have the blue over the black, whereas this, that is actually blue over the black, but it's so dull you can barely tell. And then the grenades are grey, and the Cobra emblem is that crimson, not red, but other than that they are the same. So just quickly, just some changes in the colour schemes. Not sure why they did that. I don't know if it was a deliberate move to distinguish these two new versions from the previous version, or if they were just scrimping on paint, who knows, but there is some differences. Okay, so moving on to the Viper Officer. So this is the unique figure. This is the reason I bought the 3-pack. I'm not too fussed about these two. As I said before, there are some differences from the previously released Viper, but they're subtle, whereas this is a completely different color scheme. Obviously the figure itself is the exact same. There's no differences in the sculpting, it's only the color schemes. So you can see they've gone with the crimson for the flak jacket, for the armor, and then for the inside of the legs and just across the top of the thighs here. Although that color scheme does really match this color scheme and not the previous one. And then a complete gray for the undersuit, and then the gold for the visor and gold for the Cobra emblem. So that is pretty much it. We're not getting anything new other than the sidearm, which is new, and it comes with the muzzle flash, the suppressor, and then the array of muzzle flashes. And then I guess you could pick any of these new machine guns, assault rifles. As I said before, the goggles are also slightly different. Color scheme is different, and the backpack is different. So that is about it. Is a bit of a shame. I would have hoped to have seen some changes to the actual sculpt itself, but oh well, I guess it is what it is. Okay, so quickly looking at the articulation, I have already reviewed the Python Patrol Viper and the standard Viper, and those two have completely identical articulation. I'll quickly cover this one, but it is going to be identical. So you can remove the sash, so he does get some down at the neck and then a little bit of up, but not much. He does get complete rotation, butterfly joints at the shoulder, bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, and then forwards and backwards on the peg and rotation for the wrist. He doesn't have any ab crunch at all. It's completely hindered by the jacket, so nothing at all. He does actually have rotation, however, at the waist. He has the drop down legs. He does have the cut at the thigh, double jointed knee, boot cut, and then the rocker at the ankle. This figure is a complete reuse of the previous figure, so it has pins, it's not pinless. It's no surprise there. So the articulation is what we've expected and what we've already seen. Nothing really exciting. Okay, so I'll do my best to get them all loaded out. Okay, that was a challenge. I do have another figure that doesn't have a deep enough peg hole for the backpack. Can't remember exactly which one it was, but this has happened before. It may even have been previous Viper. Yeah, so that just sucks. I also am starting to hate the hands. I use that word very rarely, but I actually think I hate hands on the classified figures. You can't really get them to hold the weapons like they should. That is pretty much just being loosely cradled. So yeah, this is the best I could get out of them. I don't typically pose my figures on the shelf in any sort of diorama or anything like that. These muzzle flashes are an excellent addition. They are a little bit warped, but you can easily mold them. They are soft enough. I do like them. I do think it's nice to have those included. Not really for me, but it is nice to see these. Okay, so my final thoughts on the G.I. Joe Classified Viper 3-pack. This for me is a disappointing 3-pack. I didn't really expect it to be anything revolutionary, but it's just bland. It's just very, very boring. It's nice if you want to army build, absolutely, but I don't know why you wouldn't just get additional regular Vipers. The only reason you'd get this is because of that Cobra Viper officer. But he's just not good enough, unfortunately. There's no change, there's no differences in the sculpt. Would have been nice if he had a different helmet or some different body armor, something other than a different color palette to distinguish him as an officer. As it stands, this is essentially a cash grab. I think we all knew that, but I didn't expect it to be as obvious as that. Unfortunately, I also have some QC issues. As I mentioned before, one of the Vipers doesn't have a deep enough hole on his back, so I can't peg in his backpack at all. Some of the muzzle flashes are warped. They can be remolded, but it's just things like that that we really should be at a standard now with the Classified series, where Hasbro have listened to our gripes, they've listened to our grumbles, and they are doing better. We also need extra hands. I'm going to keep saying it. I know Sergeant Slaughter had extra hands and that was fantastic, but let's get extra hands. This is a 3-pack. Put some extra hands in there. And where are the stands, Hasbro? I'm sick of saying it. Where are the stands? For me, this was nothing but disappointing. I paid 89 American dollars for it. I would say it's probably worth maybe 50 to 60 bucks. It's just not worth the price tag at all. Well, that's about this video wrapped up. If you do enjoy this sort of content, then please do consider liking and subscribing. And until next time, take care.